This is Business and Economy Network.
Hello, wonderful people watching within and outside Nigeria, those of us watching via the online channels. Thank you so much for letting us into your homes, your offices, wherever you're watching us from. Thank you for joining us on this episode of your program. Our program, it is Business and Economy Network. My name is Ohioze Edna. On our program rundown for today, for special report under aviation, we have the Director General, Chief Executive Officer, Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, in charge of regulating all air transport operations in Nigeria. For spotlight under mining, we have the MD CEO, A2 Mega Resources Limited, a one-stop shop for all mining matters in and outside Nigeria. For straight talk under agriculture, we have the country coordinator, Open Forum on Agricultural Biotechnology, OFAB Nigerian chapter, creating food sufficiency through modern biotechnology. You know how we do it. It's never a boring moment. Just stay tuned. I'll join you shortly.
Welcome aboard, Dana Air.
In the words of Otto Lilienthal, to invent an airplane is nothing, to build one is something, but to fly is everything. This statement has been time-tested and has also yielded tremendous results, which is the Dana story.
Well, when Dana Air started flying more than 9 years ago, Dana Air actually redefined the service culture in the airline industry in Nigeria. Dana Air came in with unrivaled service, on-time performance, and that's the way we've redefined what's happening in the market. Even today, any new player in the market always says, let's copy what Dana Air is doing.
Dana Airlines Limited, operating as Dana Air, is a fully private sector-owned carrier. The airline commenced flight operations on 10th November 2008 and has since its inauguration progressively developed a route network bringing convenience and choice to the flying public. Dana Air's commitment to operational efficiency has never been in doubt, as it is the only Nigerian carrier to have successfully undergone an operational audit conducted by the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority Flight Safety Group in partnership with their foreign counterparts. Dana Air is resolute in adhering to globally recognized safety standards, and it is consistently reviewing its products and services to offer better solutions aimed at passengers' comfort, safety, as well as striving to build long-lasting relationships. The airline seeks to attract leisure and business travelers from within and outside who seek safe, quality, affordable air transport. The airline aims to offer passengers competitive fares, bring service to many underserved routes and communities, bring the benefits of competition to Nigerian passengers, help Nigerian regions grow as tourist destinations, will fly to the highest operational and quality standards, bring employment in the important aviation sector, be a symbol for Nigeria to be proud. Dana Air has also revolutionized the aviation industry with an on-time performance that is still unrivaled in the industry and offers, among other value-added services.
Typically, every month we have something new going as a way to entice and give back to our regular customers. So one of those things is the frequent flyer system, Dana Miles, where those that fly with us regularly get miles, which they can then use for upgrades, to pay for the excess baggage. Right now, not long ago, Dana Air also had a partnership with the Thank You card, where any customer who goes and gets a thank you card on purchase of a ticket gets 5% cash back.
Dana Air's vision to be recognized and respected as Nigeria's most reliable and customer-friendly airline, and mission to earn the loyalty and respect of our customers by consistently demonstrating our commitment to service, has been rewarded with numerous awards for aviation excellence and was unveiled as one of Nigeria's most respected companies in 2016.
Thank you for flying Dana Air.
The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority is a regulatory body set up for aviation operations in Nigeria. NCAA is to provide solutions to the challenges of air transport regulations. Primarily, the authority regulations pertain to safety and security. NCAA is involved in the continuous education of stakeholders to avoid issues of ignorance, though fines, penalties are being issued in extreme cases, which can also lead to the withdrawal of a operational certificate. The following are necessary and must be acquired before air transport operations can be done: air transport license, airline operating permit, and airline operating certificate. The Director General of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority is Captain Mukhtar Shuaib Usman, an expert in aviation with decades of experience.
Well, primarily the regulations are for safety, as I said, and we try as much as possible to educate the stakeholders on the need to operate within those regulations. However, where there's failure in that area, we have many ways of addressing such. One is sometimes through education. If we see that there's either ignorance or so, we educate to ensure that the regulations are adhered to. Two, where that fails, or maybe in addition to that, we have what we call fines. We're allowed to put civil penalties, not just fines, and they come in sometimes minimum, moderate, or maximum, depending on the level. And of course, last but not the least, which we try as much as possible not to get to, but if we have to, we do get to, what we call certificate action. And the certificate action could mean either suspension of a permit or license or certificate given. Sometimes withdrawal of the certificate, or even outright revocation of the certificate, which is at the extreme end. But earlier on, I think I mentioned administrative. There are times when we can give warning if we see something that is not so heavy, and being a first offender, we can go and do administrative one, which is just a warning. But we also document it even when we do warning, so that if there's a repeat, then we know that it's intentional, then we have to go to the next level. ATL is a certificate that is required for anybody that wants to operate an airliner. But on its own, it forms part of the requirement for getting an airline operator's certificate. It's more to do with the organization in terms of financing and the business plan and so on. So it forms part and parcel of the AOC, which is a requirement to do commercial scheduled airline operations in Nigeria. We also have another certificate, which is PNCF, which is permit for non-commercial flying, and that is purely for private operation. Such holder is not allowed to carry out any charter activity, solely for private operation. You mentioned an AOP. It is a requirement to operate commercial non-schedule service. Well, first of all, let me say that when we give licenses, permits, and certificates, they give the licensee or the certificate holder some privileges. In addition to those privileges comes responsibility of the holder of a license, certificate, or permit issued by the authority. And also there are sometimes we have limitations, and even where there are no limitations, you have limitation in terms of the validity of the license. Some license will require, for the personal license, in some cases require medical also to go along with them. Each one has its own separate requirement, and the reason why we renew is to ensure that whoever is licensed is continuing to maintain the same standards, no compromise, and that's why we have to go through the renewal process. It's just to ensure full compliance with the regulations. Well, an AOC is Airline Operator's Certificate. Before an operator can operate in Nigeria, he needs to apply, and it's a 5-phase program to, one, document how he intends to do the operations, and also demonstrate that ability to operate safely, securely, and efficiently, for us to be able to give him that certificate, So for an operator to operate a scheduled commercial service, he requires an airline operator's certificate, that is the AOC.
Mr. Umar Abbas is the MD CEO of A2 Mega Resources Limited, a one-stop shop for mining know-how in and outside Nigeria. A2 Mega Resources Limited have successfully aided various mining firms in setting up, nurturing, and directing the affairs of this firm to become notable in all their dealings. In the chat with the Business and Economy Network crew, Mr. Umar applauded the present administration for its interest in reviving mining to its former glory before oil was discovered in Nigeria.
After the oil discovery in 1956, I think I've not seen any administration that have keen interest in reviving the lost glory of the mining sector like this present region. The President Muhammadu Buhari-led administration picked mining and agriculture as one of his main focus area. And we have seen that happening because as it is, there is a program, or rather a provision meant for supporting artisan and small-scale miners. These are the low capacity in terms of finance, technical and machinery miners that lack support from the government. So the government set aside some money for them to access as a single-digit loan for 5 years in order to help them operate in their various titles. That's one. And then secondly, the Ministry of Mines and Steel have been organizing training, workshops and seminars to enlighten and educate those artisan and small-scale miners on how to operate in terms of safety measures, recording of their minerals and other things like that, including marketing itself. Government are doing that presently. And thirdly, government opened a window for dialogue between operators, or rather I can say miners association or operators generally, in order to see how to develop the sector up to the international standard. And then a window is also open for foreign investors to come, get their titles, operate their businesses legitimately, and then take their profit home. This health and safety environment method or issues we take goes in line with the environmental impact assessment, because in the Mineral and Mining Act it states all the safety measures to be taken by each operator in order to safeguard his workers, his goods, his machineries and everything. And government also made provision for that by establishing the mine surveillance scheme, so that it will prevent illegal miners from encroaching into operators' title. Similar such issues happen in Mambila, where an operator lost a lot of money worth millions of dollars in terms of equipment because there was no safety measures taken then. But now I think he has put all the necessary safety measures. So our safety measures go in line with the Minerals and Mining Act. We have thousands of Nigerians putting food on their table due to our introduction of selling minerals and gemstones on the net. Among the company we consulted, I mentioned earlier, those are part of those companies, and there are individuals also presently doing that as a means of living. So I can comfortably tell you that we have impacted in over several thousands of people in Nigeria. These are individuals that form their own companies, paying their own taxes and all the necessary fees to the government, which add up to the government income also. A2 Mega Resources will continue consulting for new people that want to venture into the business. And we also have plans to introduce mineral processing industry with some of the companies we are partnering with, like the Kursi investment, setting up gold refining plant, in Kwara State, somewhere there, and then have a lapidary for cut and polish. We can also train with that, and trying to see that we uplift the new generation and make them understand that you don't have to wait for government to give you a job. We have jobs all over mining, scattered everywhere in mining. From the digging, the washing, the sorting, the buying, selling, there are a lot of opportunities in it. So we want to use that as a medium to train the upcoming generations. And this is a business that when you take your time and learn it, you don't need huge capital to start it. But when you have the right experience, people with the right investment will look for you and invest in you.
Open Forum on Agricultural Biotechnology OFAB Nigerian chapter has been in the forefront of creating continuous awareness on the safety of modern biotechnology and GMOs to human health, animals, and the environment. A lot of progress has been made considering the development and release of new cotton and cowpea species for commercial purposes to ease the plight of farmers and guarantee high yield when cultivated. Dr. Rose Maswe Gidado is the country coordinator.
There is a company involved in this, in not just like as scientists we do our developments and what, but you know when it comes to commercialization, it's the private sector that takes over, and so they have their own models. They've done it in other countries, and same thing will be done in Nigeria, but that 1,000 is just for a start. You know, this is like, it's like something new you've come up with. You can't go into full-blown commercialization. Yeah. So, you know, at the same time, because you may crash, you just have to do it gradually. You start with the 1,000 farmers and see the progress that will be made from there. And it will also confirm to you if there are teething problems, you know, or what. At least with 1,000 farmers, you'll be able to, you know. So it's just like you have constructed a new building, you built a new house, and what. You will not know, what will I say? You would not know how strong that house is, whether it is well built or halfway or what, until you move inside and live in there, you know. Then gradually you begin to see maybe this toilet is this or that is, you know, that kind of a thing. So that's just for a start, and for us to see, yes, this thing is really working and this thing is good and it's good for the farmer and what. So, you know, those 1,000 farmers, if they are very satisfied with it, it's going to have a multiplying effect. They will tell their fellow farmers. So it makes adoption easier. The challenges to this technology, you know, it's the anti-GM group, the environmentalists, you know, the activists and all. There are many. They are always coming behind us and on doing what we are trying to do. And so they misinform the society and all, and they give out wrong information. You know, I can't say, well, whatever we do, the scientists do, based on facts, is based on data. It's the data you have that will inform, you know, whatever you have done. So everything is scientifically based. We have our facts and figures. Science does not lie. It's a collection of facts, you know. It's a provider of solutions. We're enjoying this medium. I'm talking to you through because of, you know, the work of science and technology. There's no way we can do without it. And so, just like doctors, you know, perform operations on us, we get sick, you know, and then They open up your body, they remove whatever is there that's causing sickness and all. So it's the same technology we're using on crops. What is bad in it? Genetically engineering, attacking it at the gene level, you know. So it's for the advancement of human beings because of the challenges we have. Challenges of climate change, rising temperature, the insect and pest, and so it's an intervention tool. I can say it's not to replace what is there today. Like the drinks we have Coke, we have Konuzaki, we have Sobu, we have, you know, but because of maybe a new drink that has come in does not stop people from drinking Konuzaki. Does it stop? I can still take my Konuzaki. I can still take my what can I say, my Sobu. I can still take my Samia juice. So the choice, when you have surplus, the choice is yours. I can do anything because we have aeroplanes today. Some people still ride bicycle, and you can still go to England on foot. So what is it? Because something new is coming does not stop the old one. It's because there's no ways. Breeders have researched, they've done a lot of work, and they couldn't find a breakthrough to this menace of, you know, insect damage to crops. The genetic modification is the only intervention tool. So it plays a complementary role. It is not here to take over the conventional technology. And you only improve a crop through genetic means because there's no any other way to take away that insect menace, you know, or to make it a crop drought tolerant. You know, we know this climate change is bringing in so many things, drought conditions and all, rising temperatures, and you can only effect that change, make these crops climate smart using this this is the only intervention tool. But any other thing that, you know, if you find solution anywhere else, you can, you know, use any other means. But for this one, you know, for this insect, for this drought, for this what, I mean, it's only this genetic modification tool.
This is Business and Economy Network.
Welcome back, viewers. Hope you had a wonderful time and learned something new as usual on today's episode of the program under aviation, agriculture and mining. This is the more time we permit us to take, but before I go, I want to thank you so much for your contributions. Without you, I keep saying, we would not have made it this far. To our wonderful production crew, thank you so much. For more information, you can visit our website, and for past episodes of the program, you can also view them on our YouTube channels displayed on your screen. Join us same time, same station next week. We love you. God bless you.